Okay, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, live. We are back. We are back. First show of the 2025 season, the Arnold Classic, Ohio. And you guys, it has been too long since we were able to do one of these. Buddy, welcome back to EP09 Bodybuilding. I am very, very excited to be here for the finals for Classic Physique and the men's open prejudging. You guys, this is going to be one hell of a show. We'll wait for a few more people to show up in the chat. I've got some shots from the prejudging, which was, again, very, very exciting. Some unexpected turns of events, actually, when it came to the prejudging. I was a little bit surprised at Wesley Vissers. Did not show up in nearly the shape that I think everyone was expecting. Certainly not what I was expecting. Unfortunately, Wesley, I believe, was sick for a number of days leading up to the show. Lost upwards of 7 kilograms in like 3 or 4 days. You know, that's an unfortunate part of bodybuilding, you know. Some things coming down to those last couple of weeks especially, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And it looks like for Wesley Vissers, things did not go his way this time. Really, really unfortunate, because Wesley, of course, one of my personal favorites going into this show. We're going to talk about Wesley some more. We're going to talk about Mike Sommerfeld. We'll talk about Logan Franklin, a huge surprise going into the show. Logan Franklin showed up in absolutely ridiculous, and I mean ridiculous, condition. I have never seen a version of Logan Franklin like we witnessed at the prejudging. Very, very exciting, you guys. So we'll check out Logan Franklin. Mike Sommerfeld showed up like I think most of us would have expected Mike Sommerfeld to show up. Mike was in fantastic shape. And I would say that Mike, going into the finals, is definitely the front runner to win at this point. Matt Grego, another fantastic showing from Matt Grego. Definitely his best to date. We saw the best of Matt Grego. We saw the best of Logan Franklin. And I think you could probably argue that this is the best of Mike Sommerfeld as well. We'll have to see some of the comparisons moving forward. I think after the Arnold Classic, shout out to Mark's Max Muscle. I'm sure he'll do that one. Maybe I'll do that one. Who knows? Appreciate you guys getting into the chat as well. The chat window is sometimes a little bit slower. But live chat happening right now, you guys. Make sure to vote on who you think is going to win the 2025 Arnold Classic when it comes to Samson, Derek, Andrew, or do you really want to throw somebody else out there that could be the winner at this point? Get into the chat, you guys. Appreciate everybody being here. Rob Ives, thanks, bro. Appreciate your coverage. From the point of view of a Londoner, you are the most Canadian man I have ever heard. Well, I'm an East Coaster, so maybe that's why. Appreciate you being here, Rob. Thank you. Rivera, man, it would be cool if we could cast this stream from our phones to the TV. So lame. Yeah, you know, it is a free stream, and that's one of the things going into this season that a number of us on YouTube have been speaking about. Not really sure what the legalities, I guess you would say, around some of the streaming will be moving forward. So a lot of us have agreed that not going to be showing this stream. Nobody has been showing the actual stream, but feel free to go to arnoldsports.com. You guys can watch right along with me, and I encourage everybody to do so. I'll have screen grabs as the show goes on. We've got a few categories that are going to be going up before the men's prejudging. We'll have the wellness. We'll have fitness. I believe we'll have fitness as well. I'll keep you guys posted on that, but we will have the men's open prejudging. But look, let's start getting into it, shall we? Let's take a look at some of the shots from the Classic Physique prejudging. I think they're going to have bikini as well. Just a quick note there. So let's take a look at some of the shots. We have, where is it? It is, there it is. Okay. Mike Sommerfeld and Logan Franklin. You guys, nobody was expecting this version of Logan Franklin. This was absolutely ridiculous. In fact, if you guys are watching the live stream, then you would have just heard, funny enough, Nick Strength and Power, Nick Miller, actually one of the commentators alongside Phil Heath, Sidney Gillen for the official Arnold Classic live stream. Nick actually mentioned that it was Logan Franklin that messaged him not long before the show, a few weeks before the show. And he actually said, don't put me in your predictions. Because Logan wants to, he really wanted to surprise everybody as to what he was bringing to the stage. And you know what? He definitely accomplished just that. Logan showed up in unbelievable condition, you guys. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, this is ridiculous. You know, this is a good shot here that really shows. Look at the conditioning of Logan Franklin compared to Mike Sommerfeld. The conditioning factor is unbelievable. Logan Franklin working with Patrick Tor has paid off in dividends exponentially. It's unbelievable, the conditioning that Logan brought to the stage. You can see the striations through the glutes, the hamstring separation. I mean, honestly, the hamstring separation almost reminds me of like a Nick Walker 2022 Mr. Olympia. Like, really dug out. You can... unbelievable, honestly. I was blown away when Logan Franklin took the stage. Detail in the back, you know, you can see every little detail. Striations through the shoulders, the separation of the triceps, everything is there. Nothing missing. The lower back development as well. Unbelievable version of Logan Franklin. However, going up against an individual like Mike Sommerfeld, forget about the Olympia placing, okay? Just forget about that. Look at the physique itself from the back. The development is substantially more than what Logan has. Substantially more. You can see the thickness of the back, the width of the back, the depth. And he does have very respectable conditioning as well. Well, more than respectable conditioning, I think it's safe to say. But the conditioning factor for Mike Sommerfeld, fantastic as well. Like I said, I think this is the best version of Mike Sommerfeld that we have ever seen as well. And we have a lot of time between what happens at this show and the 2025 Mr. Olympia. Most definitely deserved for anybody that had any doubt about Mike Sommerfeld being the heir apparent to the Olympia title. I think this pretty much seals the deal. Let's see what you guys are having to say in the chat. Foriat Smith, Mike's condition is terrible, but Logan's is out of this world. You think Mike's condition is not very good? Really? That's interesting. I mean, you can see the striations in the glutes, like the hamstrings. You can see all the detail through the middle back, upper back. I think Mike's conditioning is actually really good. Spoosy? Yeah, Spoosy. Logan Franklin is literally the most classic guy on that stage. I think Mike is aesthetic, but not classic physique type of aesthetic. I understand exactly what you mean. Mike Sommerfeld would do very well in an open division, 212 open, whichever you want to decide. Most definitely, Mike Sommerfeld would do very well in that type of situation. I agree. No, I agree. Oh, Mike's condition isn't terrible. Thank you for clarifying. Okay. It's not. No, it's actually really good, I think. Barry Robinson says, I'm a fan of Mike, but to be honest, he's just looking more and more like a 212, losing that classic look. I got Logan winning. Interesting point. Interesting point. And maybe that'll be a little bit more telling from the front shots. Take a look at Mike Sommerfeld versus Logan Franklin in the front. And look at Logan. He knows exactly where the camera, it looks like he knows exactly where the camera is. He knows that Gilco's taking those pictures, and he knows that he's going to get those legendary shots. Really starting the conversation. Good for you, Logan. Yeah, the conditioning factor for Logan, still through the upper body, I would definitely give it to Logan Franklin. Look at the separation in the arms, you guys, you know, between the biceps and triceps. The hard, grainy look is absolutely out of this world. Getting outsized by Mike, without a doubt, but Mike is not conditioning, or not as conditioned as Logan Franklin, for sure. Lower body, I think it's a little bit of a different story. Mike is holding a little bit more of his own against Logan, but even still, you can see the superior conditioning in the quads for Logan Franklin. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Game for plus. Is Wesley career done? We'll get to Wesley. I would say right off the hop, probably no. Does he have a lot of work to do? He absolutely does. He absolutely does. Let's look at a couple more shots. Again, with Logan. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he actually looks bigger in this shot, too. And Logan being the fantastic poser that he is as well, that's one thing that not a lot of people are talking about right now. The condition factor, most definitely. But, yeah, Logan Franklin, unbelievable when it comes to this this classic physique show. Oh, one note about this, actually. They are just starting the show on the live stream, if you guys are following along. Bob Ciccarillo, notably absent from behind the podium this year doing the commentary. We have David Bay, who is announcing the show. I was quite surprised at that. I don't remember the last time Bob actually missed an Arnold Classic. I did read something online that I cannot confirm, so I don't necessarily want to say what it could be. But like I said, Bob Ciccarillo, notably absent. Maybe I'll send him a message and find out for myself. A couple more comments. To me, Mike is classic. Logan is just more reminiscent of the taller classic guys. Mike is more like the 80s guys. Nice mix of classic lines, but more development. Mike is more of the 80s guys. Nice mix. Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that for sure. Mike is not, he's not classic. You know, I think that's a good way to put it as of right now. It's not that he's not classic. It's just that you've got a guy like Logan Franklin who is extremely classic. You know, he's built for classic. He doesn't have any amount of size where you would say, you know what, this guy would probably do well in open. Logan's never had anything like that, or 212, whatever, a bodybuilding division. But the classic presentation, again, cannot be denied for Logan. He has it, and he has it in spades over everyone. Although Mike does have good presentation, you know, don't get me wrong. There's a couple guys that have really good presentation. I mean, hell, if you're going to go off of presentation, Wesley Vissers has really good presentation, you know? Of course, Wesley not doing as well as we thought he would do. We'll take a look at Wesley here shortly. Stream seems to have froze. I'm sure it'll come back. Yeah, the conditioning, unreal. You know, just unreal. Again, for Mike, that side leg, you are seeing the separation in the side leg. Look at the chest, right? That far pec. That is separation at its finest right there, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing missing from Mike Sommerfeld. And in my opinion, going into finals, Mike is the one still to beat. I think the judges are going to give it to Mike. Davey Addict in the chat. What's going on, Davey? Foriat Smith, Mike's posing is what lifts him. Yeah, Mike is a great poser, without a doubt. Game for plus. Patrick is amazing coach with Logan. Yeah, Patrick Tour, unbelievable coach. Unbelievable. He's been bringing the consistent conditioning factor with all of his athletes, except for maybe Carlos Thomas Jr. We'll look at that shortly as well. But doing a fantastic job with Logan. Davey Addict says, I agree with that statement about Mike being closer to the 80s guys. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But again, you look at this, and this does say to me, classic physique. You know, if Chris Bumstead was the previous standard, then Mike Sommerfeld can certainly be considered, you know, a very, very strong contender for maybe not the new standard of classic physique, but I think probably the winner of the Olympia. I think that's probably fair to say, unless some other guys do well and make some improvements. You know, I'm thinking Urs Kalachinsky, maybe he grows the arms finally, things like that. Possibilities there. But just look at this presentation right here. This is classic presentation. And sometimes that's exactly what it takes for guys to really go up and over the top in this division. The presentation cannot be denied when it comes to Mike Sommerfeld, without a doubt. You know, without a doubt. Anybody know what the program is? When is open? Open is not for quite some time. We're probably an hour or an hour and a half away from open, honestly. But I don't know what the order is that they're going to do it in. That I don't know. My stream is not wanting to work for me. But they are starting with the fitness division. So I'll actually put that up here shortly. Yeah, they are starting with fitness. We'll just have to change things up a little bit here. Fourier Smith, I've got Urs winning the Olympia, but I'm biased. He's my favorite. Yeah, he's great. You know, he's great. I think he definitely deserved his placing last year. I will say that 100%. And I think it was his best look to date. Yeah, I think it was his best. Too bad he wasn't in this show, actually. I think that in a show like this, that he would have been pushing for top 2, top 3. Again, if he would have been bringing that conditioning factor, especially. But yeah, again, pleasantly surprised by Logan Franklin. Yeah, my stream is just not wanting to work. See if I can get it this way. But we'll keep looking at some comparisons. I saw a few more. Actually, we can look at some individuals. No, there's my stream going. Perfect. So again, Mike Sommerfeld. Hey, Black Patron, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to the latest season of bodybuilding competitions and live streams here on YouTube. Appreciate you being here, man. Davey Addicts, Mike reminds me of a guy like Mike Menser, while Logan reminds me of a Frank Zane. Logan reminds you of a Frank Zane. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Given the size factor, especially, I think that's fair to say for sure. Yeah, glad to have you back, man. Glad to have you back. So this definitely gives us a little bit of a different light to Mike Sommerfeld. The lighting at the show actually really, really good. And yeah, not missing anything. He showed up. He showed up in shape. He showed up ready. No question. Absolutely showed up here at his best. So, let's see. We'll look at a couple more individuals. You guys let me know if you want to see anyone in particular as well. But yeah, I was very impressed with Mike. Very impressed. Height, size, and stature-wise, Terrence Ruffin will be Mike's biggest competition. Maybe battle for first and second place. Yeah, they're very similar. They're very similar. I think that's a fair statement. If Mike is going to be, you know, the front runner going into the Olympia. And of course, there's a lot of time between now and the Olympia too, you guys. You know, we got to remember that. There's a lot of things that can happen. Who knows who's going to pop up throughout the season, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. Let's check out the individual for Logan. And this is all courtesy of Gilco Productions as well, you guys. Logan Franklin. Fantastic, you know, absolutely fantastic. Mike got this, but Logan impressed me a lot. Best Logan ever. Yeah, Logan surprised everybody. Surprised everybody. I couldn't believe it. I honestly couldn't believe it. Appreciate you guys getting in the chat. Make sure you get into the poll as well. We are going to have the men's open prejudging. Who will win the 2025 Arnold Classic? 70% for Samson Dauda currently. 14% Derek Lunsford, 13% Andrew Jack, and 3% someone else. I see a couple comments about Matt Grego and having gyno. We'll take a look at Matt here in a minute. But, you know, we really need to appreciate what we're seeing here from Logan Franklin. I mean, from what we're seeing, we've never seen a version of Logan like this before. And I remember when Logan, you know, over the last couple of seasons, wasn't really sure what he was going to do when it came to coaching in particular. Tried to coach himself for a period of time. Tried to coach himself, and it didn't work out for him very well. Not like this. You know, not like this. I think there's a little more muscle maturity for Logan at this point as well. A little more maturity as well. Grego was crazy. I really like the Asian guy, Ji-Hoon Bang. Yeah, Ji-Hoon Bang. Now, he was my dark horse going into this show. Ji-Hoon Bang was really good, too. Yeah. We'll take a look at Ji-Hoon Bang. There should be some footage around there. Should be some footage out there of him as well. So we'll take a look. But, yeah, Ji-Hoon Bang was absolutely fantastic. But yeah, you can see that Logan looks, he looks like he's concentrating too, like he's in the zone. That back detail, man, is crazy. I mean, the hardness too. He is absolutely shredded. Good for him. Let me know, you guys, if you have Logan Franklin in second place at this point, third place. You know, is it going to go back and forth between him and Matt Grego at this point? Because let me know what you think. I can tell you Matt Grego looks good, but he is not this conditioned. Logan is the most conditioned guy on that stage. Without a doubt. No question. Now, there is Wesley Vissers to consider. Something happened with Wesley. You know, something very unfortunate. Wesley, I still think, looks fairly impressive. You know, I still think that he does look fairly impressive. What were the things that we were looking for from Wesley, I guess, is what we need to consider. You know, what did we need to consider for Wesley when it came to improvements? Well, Wesley needed to bring more fullness. Definitely needed to bring more fullness. Did he do that? Did he do that through the legs? That's one question. And I think the answer is no. Even if he did bring more fullness through the legs, you can see how bad he's shaking here too. You know, that's unfortunate. But you know, you drop that much weight in such a short period of time and then you put it back on. Yeah, you can see he's not as sharp as what he needs to be. Decent detail through the quads, decent striations through the shoulders and chest, but that fullness, he's missing it. You know, even through the upper body, you can see that he's missing that fullness. He lost it. It looks like he's coming down off a cycle almost, you know? Wesley did get sick, yes. So Wesley ended up dropping about 7 kilograms between Wednesday last week and Friday, I believe. And it was within 3 or 4 days anyway that he lost like 7 kilograms. That's 15 pounds plus, you guys. But I did hear in Wesley's latest YouTube video that he actually did put that weight back on, at least to the extent that he was the same weight last year, just before the prejudging, like the day before kind of thing, as what he was the year prior. So the weight did come back up, but obviously, regardless of the number on the scale, he doesn't have that fullness. What did he need? The fullness. Did he bring it? No, he didn't. And in the comparisons, he was fading as well. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but he was definitely fading in the comparisons. Wesley has great separation in his quads, but shaking is rough. Yeah, he's got good separation in the quads. He had good separation in the quads at the Olympia. Wasn't missing it. What he's missing is, I think it's actually just pure size at this point, to be honest. I don't think it's that he's missing, fullness. I think he's just missing overall size, especially through the legs. Like, look, when you look at that, just look at the front double. This is probably between the front double and the back double, his strongest pose. And he's got really good, classic poses too. But just for what we see here, the separation in the legs, nothing really missing. Nothing really missing. He might have a little more adductor than he had last year. Maybe a little bit more adductor. That might be possible. Separation in the arms, decent as well. I think his arms have looked a little bit bigger in the past. I think they've looked a little bit bigger. The lats, good size of the lats, from the front. Midsection just as small as ever. No calves, unfortunately. Notice the imbalance between left and right. You can notice it from the back as well. He's got no sweep. Yeah, there is an imbalance. Yeah, you're right. There is. You can see it. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely there is. Let's keep. Let's take a look from the back. And this is really unfortunate. I had Wesley winning this show. I had Wesley in first in my predictions, but this isn't going to be enough. A lot of people have him down in like 4th or 5th now, 4th or 5th? Like, man, that's crazy. You wouldn't expect the guy that took, 2 Arnold Classic titles last year to place anywhere around 4th or 5th. Now, going up against, the best version of Logan Franklin ever, probably the best version of Mac Rego ever. Different story. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So this isn't really fair to say because he's not holding his legs in the same position. No, it's not fair to say. But regardless of that, the separation isn't there. The separation just isn't there. He doesn't have the separation in the hamstrings, a little bit, but not a lot. The glutes, washed out. Even the back detail, we've seen way more back detail from Wesley in the past. And we've seen way more. Striations through the shoulders, yeah, he's not missing that. He had that for weeks going into the show as well. And we didn't see Wesley's legs. That's one thing as well. We did not see Wesley Vissers' legs leading up to the show in any updates. That's always a cause for concern. When a competitor doesn't want to show something leading up to a show, typically that can be a cause for concern. And it looks like that was completely founded in this case. Jason Socrates, he's soft. Yeah, he is. Yep, he is. His abs and thigh look terrible as well. Not like it usually does. I will say that. Yeah, I will say that. See what else we got. I've seen some comments of people saying that he looks slightly flat, and I don't think it's a flat. Like Wesley was carving up like they never carved up before, you know? He was eating muffins and shit. I don't think it was a carb up issue. Now, a shot like this, yeah, great. You know, not bad at all. But this is one shot, and it's not going to save him. Even this one, you know, the most muscular that he usually does, you can see the imbalance in the legs here. In this shot, you can definitely see it. You guys seeing that? Right? Definitely imbalanced. Yep, definitely imbalanced. Yeah, everyone has imbalances, but Wesley's are getting worse. This one, yeah. Worse? Well, the guy being sick leading up to the show, not fair to say. Now, we will also see Wesley at the Detroit Pro. He is confirmed for Detroit. So we may see some redemption from Wesley Vissers, you know, in a very short time period. Detroit's not really that far when you think about it. So we will see Wesley back on stage again. That is going to be very interesting at this point. Very interesting. You know, it'd be one thing if he came in and won this show and then went and did Detroit. But the fact that he's actually going to go into Detroit without being the Arnold Classic winner, like he's got something to prove. Going to be very interesting. Davey Addict says, I hope he does Detroit. That's my next show too. Shameless plug. Hey, man, that's awesome. You'll have to send me some updates. I didn't know that was your next show. Yeah, that's wicked. Let me know. So yeah, this is unfortunate for Wesley. Very unfortunate. All right, let's do a little bit more searching around. See who else we can find. Like I said, right now, guys, they have the fitness division that's on stage. I'll bring the chat back up. Yeah, the fitness division is currently on stage. Women's fitness. They're moving through the routines now. I actually do like the women's fitness to a point. Let's see Matt Grego. See if we can find some of Matt Grego. And we had the updates going into the show, of course. Unbelievable. No, absolutely unbelievable. You guys saying that Matt has gyno? I saw a couple of gyno comments about Matt. Not seeing it here. And this is really good lighting, too. Okay, okay. I don't know. I want to find some stage shots. I'd like to find some stage shots. Let's see anything from Gilco, I don't think. No. Cell phone footage, I know that. There's one of Matt there. So again, ridiculous conditioning. Fantastic version of Matt Grego. What do you guys think? Good enough for second place? Good enough for third? Look at the quad separation. Really good quad separation. I'm very impressed with this. Very impressed. Let's see. Certainly Yeah, pointy nips. Yeah. Yeah. He was certainly conditioned, but he's got some wonky proportions, super long arms, but very short torso. Not good enough for second. Okay. Logan got second locked. Yeah, I think so. My buddy Derek McDonald in the chat. Derek, I'm actually going to make you a moderator. Hold on a second. Where are you at? There you go, bud. Thanks. Derek McDonald, longtime competitor, longtime friend of mine. Glad he's in the chat. Clear third? Yeah, I think he might be a clear third, actually. Yeah, I agree with that. Match had moved to open? Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think that match had moved to open at this point. I don't necessarily disagree. I actually have some stage shots from the prejudging I can upload of Matt. Let me go ahead and do that. Got stage shots of a fair few of these guys. When we do get to the open, I will be showing some of the screenshots as well. As soon as we get there. But yeah, the stage shots of Matt, even from the live stream footage, the live stream was really good. We got Michael DeBull as well. I'll show you guys some of the shots of Michael DeBull. Some of the initial quarter turns. All right, I'll get those uploaded. Nice shot of Wesley there. But again, it just didn't work out for Wesley a show, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately not. Yeah. See who else has some shots up. Usually Bodybuilders Without Borders has a few. Oh yeah, comparison of Mike from one year to the or from the Olympia to now. Jihoon Bang. Jihoon Bang. I know a couple people were asking about him. I'll show you guys Jihoon Bang. My dark horse coming into this show. Didn't show up as well as he did. You know, the last notable show for Jihoon Bang was the 2023 Korea Pro. He was unbelievable at that show. Unbelievable at that show. But at this one here, he's good. You know, he does look good. I just don't think it's quite enough. Conditioning-wise, it's not quite enough. Doesn't quite have enough size either. He's the anime guy, yes. Yeah. They call him the Korean Baki. They call him the Korean Baki, yeah. And he's good, you know? Like you said, he showed up good conditioning, good separation in the quads. He's got a good amount of size. I think he might be able to do maybe 6th place here behind Michael DeBull. No, I think that's possible. Yeah, I definitely think that's possible. He's got overdeveloped glutes. Actually, he does have overdeveloped glutes. But his overall shape and structure for Classic is really good. You know, really good. Whatever he did at that Korea Pro in 2023, he should just do that again, and he'd be a lock for top 5 or top 6 here. But yeah, this is a tough lineup. No, this is a tough lineup. But I was impressed with Jihoon Bang. Like I said, he was my dark horse. I didn't think he was going to do any better than top 5 or top 6. So I think this is good. I think this is good. That massive lump on his glute looks horrific. Oh, yeah, I see it there. Yeah. Yeah, well, rookie mistakes, right? Yeah, reminds me of Big Ramy when he had those really big knots in his glutes right at the top, too. Yeah, I didn't notice him actually until you said something, Davey. Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, he is indeed the anime guy. Yeah, it does look like his pinning spot. You're right. He impressed me. Great overall shape, and this is not an easy lineup. No, it's not. Nope. Very tough lineup. Very tough lineup. The lighting at that Korea show made him look like the next classic physique Mr. Olympia. Yeah, man. I did Jesse Chase. I did an entire video. I did an entire video just on that show where I was just like, man, anybody that's running a pro show anywhere needs to get a hold of whoever did this show, ask them who did the lighting, and make sure that they hire them for everything moving forward, because it was ridiculous. Best lit show I think I've probably ever seen. Probably the best ever. I was very impressed with that show. You guys check that out, 2023 Career Pro. Honestly, thank me later. Okay, so they are now moving on to the wellness category. On stage now is the wellness division. Let me bring that up here. Up now is wellness. Wellness is currently on stage. Okay. Now, I was going to bring up some shots of Grego. Let me get some shots. Matt Grego. Where's my shots of Matt? Here we go. Okay, this is a good one. Again, this is the live stream footage, you guys, so take it for what it is. But again, good shape for Matt Grego, really good shape. I do think that it's inevitable for Matt to move on, though, to, probably open. He's too tall for 212. He would have to go open. I don't know what his weight is, but it's definitely too much. Definitely too much. Shot of Matt. I don't think he has gyno. I don't see it. A few people said that Matt was running some gyno. I don't see it. No, I think Matt's doing okay. I don't know, but again, you guys let me know what you think. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think. No, I think this is Matt's best showing to date. I've got a back shot of Matt as well, and you guys will see that he could definitely stand, maybe a little bit more development through the back. Let's bring that up here. Bring up the wellness. How do you think Andrew will look? How do I think Andrew will look? I think Andrew is so difficult to really put my finger on when it comes to how he's going to look. I'm not really sure. Andrew looks good from, like, I've been watching all of Andrew's training videos. I have been waiting for him to give us an inkling of what he might look like. He's rocking the death face. He is definitely sucked in that way. As for whether or not it will be, if that's going to translate over to him looking small on stage, we've seen that before, right? Think 2023 Arnold Classic. Not really sure. Not really sure. I just want to see Samson versus Andrew, and I really want to see Justin and Patrick battle it out for last. I had a couple of the other boys on YouTube actually saying that they thought that Carlos Thomas Jr. would be battling it out for last place. I was like, listen, all right, you're just getting it. I think that was just getting a little bit much, I think that Carlos is going to overpower a lot of guys with muscularity. Not a lot of guys, but he's going to hold his own. He's going to hold his own, more so than what I think some people are considering. We can look at some of the updates for the Open if you guys want as well. Let me know what you guys want to see. I can bring up some stuff. Andrew is taking second. I agree. I think Andrew's taking second place as well. My gut's telling me that Andrew is going to beat Derek. I've said it many times. I think that Derek jumped into this show, on an emotional whim. I think that he jumped into this show when he should have taken the time to rest and recover. I think he's got something to prove. Absolutely. But there's a time and place to do things. And I think that he just is not, I just think that he's not taking the time in order to make the improvements to come back and really make the statement that he wants to make. Another shot of Matt. Might be a little bit more of an inkling of Gyno here, maybe, maybe, but I don't know. I think it's not bad. Oh, there's some high quality pictures of Matt here. Okay, this is good. Is this Brandon's eye? Okay. I'll show you guys this. Unless you guys want to see something else, you guys just let me know. Hard disagree on Derek. Hope he shows up proper. Well, look, I hope he does. I just don't think he's going to. The updates that I did see from Derek, I will say, were more encouraging. I will say that. It did make me question my predictions a little bit. Couple of higher quality images. Go. So again, Matt Grego, his best yet, without a doubt. Without a doubt. As for Gyno, I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. I don't see it. Nope, I don't see it. Good enough for third place. I mean, good enough for third place. He deserves third place. He deserves third place, I think. I don't like when he does this shot. I think he should give up this shot. I don't think this suits him well at this point. You really got to have the arms if you're going to put one up over your head like that. And Matt just doesn't have it. He just doesn't have it. Go to open and you get them. Really start pushing it. You think if Matt does have Gyno, it's slight at this point, I feel. I think it's a little slight. I don't think he'll be marked down for it this show in the judges' eyes, I guess I should say. Brandon in third? No, I don't have Brandon in third. No. I've got Brandon lower on the list than I think most do. I think I've got. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm interested to see. Yeah, we can take another look. We'll start focusing on a bit of open here shortly, you guys. But you can see. Let's see if I can bring that up a little more. Mike Sommerfeld. You know, I think a pretty clear winner. Surprised they put Wesley where they did. You know, I'm surprised. I don't know. His legs actually do look decent when you compare them to everybody else, but size-wise, obviously, it's not there. But yeah, it's not going to be enough. Michael DeBull with really good separation in the back. Really good. Yeah, not bad. You know, not bad. Really good classic lineup this year. Really good. Anybody else just drink from a 4-liter jug most of the time? I started getting back on that. When I really want to start nailing my water intake, I'll go back to the 4-liter jug. I can't be the only one. Yeah, you can see Mike does really stand on his own in these shots. Front lat spread for Michael DeBull, though, is one of the most impressive in classic physique in this lineup. You know, for sure. How about our presumed top two? Our presumed top two. Chicken and potatoes. Yeah, it's a good meal. That's a really good meal. Open prejudging should be coming up pretty soon, actually. Should be coming up pretty soon. Logan really holding his own here. You know, really holding his own. Really impressive. Man. When's open pre? Like I said, it should be coming up pretty soon. Mike really is ridiculously wide, yeah. Yeah, wellness always takes a substantial amount of time. There's always just so many competitors. Well, that's always the way for wellness. Always. Yeah, that's what I do. If I don't, I won't drink any water that day. Yeah, like if I don't have EAAs, like if I run out of EAAs or something, then that can happen to me too. I actually bought on sale some non-stim pre-workout, Jay Cutler brand, Cutler Nutrition, not sponsored. I should mention though, I've been working with a fan of the channel actually, Davey Mize. He's the owner of Bayou Muscle, and he actually got a hold of me, sent me a bunch of his supplements, and I was very impressed. You know, for a guy that just loves going to the gym and wanted to find his own passion within the sport so that he could, really get involved in his own way. Supplements is where he went, and he makes really good supplements. The pre-workout is fantastic. More B vitamins in this pre-workout than any I think I've ever seen. 6 different B vitamins. The chocolate protein is very, very tasty. One of the tastiest chocolate proteins ever. Anyway, he got a hold of me, and if you guys go to BayouMuscle.com, use code EP10 at checkout, and you'll get 10% off everything in the store, especially if you guys are in the US. If you want to support the channel, and support a fan of bodybuilding, check out biomuscle.com. Now let's keep going. Yeah, again, the comparisons. I'd like to see Michael DeBull, actually, if they have any individuals of Michael DeBull. Don't know if they do. Lots of Logan. Because Logan blew everybody away. Actually, you can see, like, Wesley does actually have really good detail in the quads. You know, he actually does have really good detail in the quads. Second. Is Mike's posing better than Logan? Logan Franklin is one of the greatest, you know, posers in the history of classic physique, to be honest with you. So I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think Wesley is as bad as what people were saying, to be honest. He's definitely not. It's not good enough. Not near good enough. And I know he was fading during some of the comparisons, but I don't think this is terrible. I don't think this is terrible. I still think it'll probably be 4th or 5th. It's too bad. Be interested to see how he bounces back for Detroit and what he has to say afterwards. I'll be very interested. This will be a rough couple of shows for Wesley if that ends up being the case. Really rough. Yeah. No, he just doesn't have that pop. You know, he just doesn't have it. It's unfortunate. Let's see. Matt Grego. More of Wesley. How about Michael DeBull? Why do I feel like he's being overlooked right now? Yeah, excellent. Actually, this is a really good shot for this is a really good shot for Mike Sommerfeld. Yeah, he's a lock for sure. He's a lock. You know why there is no Arnold UK this year? So that's an interesting question, actually. I think there's something going on with the promoters of the Arnold UK this year. I don't know exactly what's happening, but yeah, it's there we go. Michael DeBull. Now we're getting somewhere. There's something going on with the promoters of the Arnold UK. I don't know exactly what it is, but yeah, so something is going on. The promoters were asked a number of times, like, you know, are you going to be having the show this year? Will you be having the show? And all they say is, stay tuned for updates. Stay tuned for updates. Well, the updates have they just never came. They just never came. Guys, we are continuing through the wellness division currently. We are awaiting that to be completed. They have already gone through the fitness division. Wellness should be getting close to done when it comes to the individuals. We should be getting very close. But let's talk about Michael DeBull for a second. Mix up a shake, actually. Actually, I'll save the shake for a little bit later. Separation from Michael DeBull. Fantastic. I figured this guy was going to show up in fantastic condition. And it turns out that he did exactly that. In fact, Michael DeBull going into this show, he said that he felt like he was going to be overlooked. And maybe not overlooked, but counted out. You know, the conversation circulated around both Wesley and Mike going into this show very, very heavily. Even like nobody was talking about Logan Franklin, even though his updates were very impressive. Not many people were talking about him. Nobody was really talking about Matt Grego, although as well, his updates were very impressive. Michael de Bull was not really being considered. Now, where does Michael de Bull fall short when it comes to the classic physique division? Well, I don't think that his shape is necessarily the best when it comes to classic. I don't think he has great classic flow in particular. Let's see. I think he has decent classic presentation, but when it comes to overall classic flow, it's just not as substantial as other competitors out there. You know, I think that's something that we can say pretty safely. Trying to get at least 3 or 4 liters of water in today. You know how much James Hollingshead was getting in for water leading up to the show, you guys? James Hollingshead was getting in like 7 to 8 liters a day. 7 to 8 liters a day. It's insanity. That is good. Shout out to Jay Cutler. Okay. Yeah, he's ripped to death, man. Like, he is ripped to shreds. Fantastic. But his shape is just going to let him down. You know, it's going to let him down. Again, guys, they are continuing through wellness right now. They have just finished the individual presentations for wellness. Oh, there was only 12 in wellness? I could have swore it was more. So now they're going to do the comparisons for wellness. It should be after that. I don't know if they're going to do bikini. Bikini could be up next. I'm not sure. It'll either be bikini or classic or getting into the men's open. So we'll see. Mike doesn't have that classic shape, but not enough density for 212 either. He probably weighs way more than that. So where does that leave him to go? I don't think... Oh, Michael, yeah. Michael de Bull. Doesn't have that classic shape. Not enough density for 212 either. No, he's too tall for 212, I feel. And I think he does probably weigh more than that, too. Where does he go? He's got nowhere to go but open. He's got nowhere to go but open. Look at Stefan Matala. Never did I think that he would be able to do anything in open. You know, Michael de Bull should hire Patrick Tor, and he would do just fine. He would do just fine. But yeah, what do you guys think? 4th or 5th? Say 5th. I think Wesley could beat this version of Michael de Bull. I think Wesley probably take 4th over de Bull here. I mean, really, like, does this not at least beat Michael de Bull? What do you guys think? Now, I think that this beats Michael de Bull. Yeah. Just for classic shape, you know? I'm excited to see what Andrew brings to the stage. He definitely has the death face going on. Bring it on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, he does. There's a few people that pointed out the death face. He definitely has it. Let's look at a couple of we can look at a couple of shots here of Andrew for what we can see, you know, for what we can see, which isn't much. He might have put something on his stories. Now you can see the death face. It's funny with Andrew as well. He here, look, check it out. Andrew's death face is ridiculous. You can see the sunken in cheeks, you guys. Like, he's gonna be in shape. But we've seen this before. Remember 2023 Arnold Classic, and he looked small. You know, he looked small on stage. What's my thoughts on Carlos's conditioning? So let's take a look at Carlos, shall we? Tell you guys what I think. Carlos was, of course, for any of you that have been following the channel, Carlos Thomas Jr. was my extreme dark horse going into this show. And I actually got a lot of shit for that, to be honest with you. A lot of people said that I was out of my mind, to say the least. But without a doubt, Carlos has some of the best, some of the best shape in bodybuilding. Where was it? Patrick Tor put some stuff up. Here we go. 1 hour ago, you guys. Now, this will tell us a lot right here. This is going to tell us a lot. Oh, looks like Matt at Muscle Discord gave him a couple of hand claps. Oh, Matt said I was smoking crack for putting Carlos in third place. That I didn't know anything about bodybuilding. Anyway. Let's take a look. RX has a recent interview with Carlos and Andrew. He hits a front double at the end. Yeah, and you can see the separation in the arms for Carlos in that shot. But look, you guys can see it here too. Right? Okay. This is very telling. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'll tell you what I think. I think that Carlos is going to be one of the probably best shaped athletes on that stage. Goat Fitness in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Goat Fitness, Shaun. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Shaun, I'm going to make you a moderator in this chat as well. What do you guys think of this shot of Carlos Thomas Jr.? Is he going to be better conditioned than what everybody expects? Carlos will be 5th behind Derek. Well, that's encouraging. Yep, I think that's encouraging. Looks like they're just finishing up the wellness prejudging now, you guys, and I'll let you know what division is going to be on next. Looks like they're going to start with Classic. Maybe. I'll let you guys know in a minute. This is fantastic for Carlos, though. Still looking soft from the back, unfortunately. Yeah. I appreciate it, Shaun. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you. What are they bringing out now? Yep, they're bringing it. Classic is back on stage, you guys. Classic is back on stage. They're doing the individual routines now. I'll bring you guys a couple of shots as I get them. Carlos is 3rd if he hits his condition. Well, I had Carlos in 3rd going into this show very, very early on. And I agree. Like I said, he's going to be one of the freakiest guys on that stage. Now, this does look like he's going to be better than what we saw at the 2023 Texas Pro. Should jump over into Dylan's chat over on Project Bodybuilding and send this to him. Give me a lot of shit for Carlos. Look, he looks like he's going to come in pretty good. And that's the thing, think about going into the 2022 Mr. Olympia, Nick Walker, you know. Nick looked flat with the pictures that were posted the day of prejudging, and a lot of people were scared. A lot of people were scared. But Nick knew, you know. They knew that they were going to hit it, and they did. Is that going to be the exact same case with Carlos? He doesn't look flat here. He actually looks like he's in really good condition. I think there's more separation in the quads here than what we saw previously. I think that there's more striations in the shoulders, more striations in the chest. Dylan's mic is out and he's blaming the listeners for some reason. It sounds like Dylan. Maybe he'll come over here. He's a character, man. Hey, there he is. Dylan. Dylan, why'd you give me so much shit about Carlos, man? Look at him now. What do you think? What do you think? Logan Franklin taking the stage, you guys. Logan Franklin taking the stage. Let's see what Logan can do. Not a lot of time for these guys to really come in much better, you know, at finals. But maybe enough time to make a couple small improvements. You know, not so far-fetched to say. Dylan, I'm going to make you a moderator too. Everybody follow Project Bodybuilding on YouTube. Big fan of them. Logan is looking really, really conditioned again here at the finals. Posing routine. You know, one guy that really puts a lot of effort into his posing routine. He actually won the Best Poser Award in 2021 at the Arnold Classic. Like I said, he is ripped to death. He actually looks a little bit drier than he did at prejudging. And you can make small improvements. You know, you definitely can. Oh, yeah. Said I'll get you guys a few shots here in just a minute. This is easily Logan's best. Easily. Okay, I'll bring up a few shots. Davey, I'm not going to put up the live stream, man. No. It's just it's not worth the risk these days, man. Honestly, too many people are getting their channels shut down for 90 days and they can't live stream at all. It's just not worth it. Jihoon Bang currently taking the stage. Jihoon Bang. Bring up a shot of Logan Franklin here for you guys. See how Jihoon Bang is looking. See how he looks. You guys let me know what you think of Logan in this shot. Man, Jihoon Bang is on. I'm telling you, like, he is on, man. Like I said, he was my dark horse going into this show. And, yeah, I think that he's got a good showing here. Like I said, not as good as Korea 2023. Yes, you can, Dylan. I'm trusting you, which is not something I should probably do, but I'm going to. That's funny. Man, he is on. Bring up another shot of Logan here for you guys. Check it out. I might have another one. Yeah, I definitely have another one. Yeah, Ji-hoon Bang is really on. I'll show you guys here in a minute. Yeah, fantastic. Few shots of Ji-hoon Bang that I'll bring up quickly. I'll try to run through these a little quick so that we can see what everybody's looking like right now. But yeah, very impressive. Very impressive. Now we're getting into it. You guys are going to like this. Okay, coming up. Not bad. Right? Not bad. I think he showed up pretty good. Where's his most muscular? Or favorite classic, whatever you want to call it. Look, this really showcases, you know, how good this guy is right now. Ji-hoon Bang, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe pushing for a 5th or 6th place spot, like I said. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that he can do battle with, you know, the likes of Michael DeBull? They got to change this too. Imagine where Good Vito would place in this Arnold lineup. Oh, man. Yeah, imagine where he would. Shit. Where's Classic? I don't have Classic here. What? That's not good. Yeah, well, we'll just say Physique. You guys get it. I gotta update that list. Yeah, Ji-hoon Bang. And this guy, he was my dark horse going into this, and I would say that he did not disappoint. Yeah, I would say that he did not disappoint. Side chest. He's in shape. He's absolutely in shape. You guys let me know what you think of Ji-hoon Bang. They call him the Korean Baki. And he's fantastic. Benji Perez says, I got Samson, Andrew, Derek, Bonac, Curry, Akim, James, Carlos, Clarida, Patrick, and Justin. So where do you have Brandon? Benji, where do you have Brandon then? I don't see. Oh, Brandon Curry. Sorry. You have Brandon 5th, Akeem 6th, James 7th, Carlos 8th, Shaun in 9th. A lot of people have Shaun in their top 5. The Lee Priest had him in 3rd. What's he missing? He looks like 3rd to me. I don't think he's really missing anything. He could be a little bit more conditioned. Maybe a little bit of separation in the quads from the front. Here, I'll bring up a shot from the front. So, yeah, separation from the front in the quads, you know. Michael DeBull is coming on stage now. Let's take a look at how he looks, ladies and gentlemen. John's legs from the front looked small in that update. Yeah, they did actually. Yeah, they were separated. They were striated. You know, he had the feathering, but yeah, I don't think that Shaun is going to do as well as what some people think he will in this show. Sorry, Lee. We'll fight about it on the next podcast. Not a great 3/4 twist from Michael DeBull. That wasn't very impressive. Decent when it comes to the side chest. Again, conditioning, like, he's not bad. He might look a little, maybe a little flat even, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's not holding his poses for as long as he could. Yeah, again, he's not doing that 3/4 twisting back shot. Not nearly good enough, honestly. Not nearly good enough. Guess what, Dylan? Now you're not a moderator. How do you like them apples? Just because I'm going to be that guy. Yeah, I wasn't overly impressed with Michael DeBull. I actually maybe would put Ji-Hoon Bang ahead of him. I don't know. Wesley Vissers coming on now. See if Wesley made any improvements. He's coming out confident. Yeah, Wesley's coming out confident. So let's see. Now, he said he was going to do something a little bit more dramatic when it came to his posing music. I know Wesley's a pretty big fan of heavy music. But he's got some commentary of just himself actually over some of the music in this routine. I still wouldn't say that there's really much more separation. I'm not sure. Not sure. I don't know if Wesley's any better at Arnold's taking a picture with him. Arnold's a big fan of Wesley. There's no secret there. Actually, Wesley looks like he's maybe even smaller. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to say. Oh. Yeah, like I said, I mean, Wesley's good. Just don't think he's good enough. But you know what? The judges probably know when Arnold gets up to take pictures with him, then you better be paying attention. Arnold's got some sway, that's for sure. Let me get some shots uploaded of Wesley. Okay. Coming in next is Matt Grego. Yeah, Matt Grego currently on stage. Still looks good. Yeah, Matt's on. Yeah, he's on, man. Yeah, Arnold probably does like to manipulate judges. It's the Arnold Classic. Who would have thought? Yeah, Matt's conditioning is way, way on. When you see Wesley on stage, and then right after that, you see a guy like Matt Grego, you can really see the difference. I'd like Matt to be holding his poses a little longer. But overall, very, very good. No, Matt continues to get better and better. Honestly, he continues to get better and better. Yeah, good for him. Now coming up is Mike Sommerfeld. Like I said, like Wesley looks like he's more conditioned here than he, maybe is getting credit for. But he's still too small. Let's see what Mike Sommerfeld has here. Yeah, I mean, he's on. I really think he's got this show on lock. The leg fullness, the separation through the legs. It's all there. The side leg, the thickness of the back. I mean, yeah, he's got it all to win this show. Yeah, he's got it. It's the way that the size really sits on him as compared to other competitors, I feel, is what really separates Mike from the rest of the pack. Like, he has the width, he has the size of the arms, he has the sweep of the quads, he has the separation, he has the small midsection, he has the X-frame. I mean, a good back is something that was always very, very well sought after in Classic, as paying homage to the golden era of bodybuilding. And Mike has it. I think he might be better here than he was at prejudging. Wow. I like how these guys are hitting more of a back lat spread in their individuals. He really should be a mandatory pose in Classic. Yeah, Mike is really, really good. Let me give you guys a couple of shots of Mike Sommerfeld here. So that is the individual presentations, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to bring everybody back out for the final comparisons. Bill Heath saying that this is Mike's win. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Let's see. All right, first call out. Looks like they're going to do the second call out first. Ooh. They have Wesley in the second call out. Wesley Vissers in the second call out, you guys. So that's too bad. Yeah, they are going to put Wesley in the center. No, actually, they're moving him. Wesley is on the far right-hand side. Okay, they're taking Jeremiah out of the center, and they're putting Wesley in the center. Okay. Okay. Wow, this is very surprising. So Wesley right next to Jihoon Bang as well. This has got to be very disappointing for Wesley Vissers, you guys. Very disappointing. Wow. Yeah, he's got to be gutted. mean, he's a professional. Don't get me wrong. He's a professional, but he's got to be upset. That's too bad. Yeah, Wesley is, you know, the best of this call out. But you know what? I'm glad that they're not giving him any particular favor because he's the former champion as well. If you show up on the day and you're not at your best, or you're not even comparable to the others, then this is what you should get. Okay, first call out. You got Logan Franklin. You have Michael DeBull, Matthew Grego, and Mike Sommerfeld. So yeah, it does look like Wesley's going to be in 5th place. They only did 1 round of the mandatory poses. And they are putting Mike Sommerfeld in the center next to Logan Franklin. So from left to right, you have Matt Grego, Mike Sommerfeld, Logan Franklin, and Michael DeBull. I'd like to see Michael next to Ji-Hoon Bang, just to see it. Logan's kind of twisting, you know, at the waist back and forth, and I think that he's just hold straight onto the front. Side chest. Side chest, I would probably give that to Mike. Back double bicep. I mean, you have to give the back double to Mike Sommerfeld. You have to. Abs and thigh. I'd probably give that to Mike as well. Favorite classic pose? Man, I think Logan takes the most, like the best classic pose, honestly. I think Logan takes it. So now they're through the first round of poses, and they're going to go to Michael DeBull and Matt Grego switching places. Let me get some of the comparisons up. Let's see. All right, so the comparisons. Show you guys the front double. It looks like Logan's actually getting a little bit better, to be honest. Yeah, he might actually be getting a little bit better. Really good shot. The open guy should be on stage very shortly. Just finishing up Classic. So they did 2 rounds of the top 4. And now they're doing the pose down. So we will find out the winner of the Classic Physique division momentarily, you guys. Get into the chat. Let me know once more who you got taking home the win. I think most people have Mike Sommerfeld at this point, but let me know your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. You guys let me know. Like I said, side chest. I think I would probably give that to Mike. I think you would have to give that one to Mike. Yeah, very impressive. I said, you guys let me know. Just doing the pose down now. Matt's side chest is the best. Matt does have a really good side chest. You know, it's one of the reasons that he should go to open. Yeah, it's absolutely one of the reasons that he should go to open. And I think that it's only a matter of time until he does that. See another comparison. What about the back double? Logan looks like he knows Mike won. Look, if there's anything that won it for Mike, you know, look at this. Like, Mike is massive, massive from the back. All right, next up, you guys, they are going to bring out the men's open very, very shortly. Classic Physique is all wrapped up. No awards yet. No awards, but I think most of us know how this is probably going to go at this point. I hope Logan takes it. That's interesting. Yeah, Davey Addict. That's interesting. I don't think he will. I think they are going to give it to Mike. And I think that Mike deserves first, but Logan definitely deserves second. You know, Logan has been slugging it out in Classic Physique for years now, man. You know, he deserves this second place. He showed up at his best. You know, he showed up at his best. Abs and thigh. Good shot for Logan. Really good shot for Logan. Look at the abs here. Really good. I like Matt Grego and his execution of this pose as well. You know, makes his waist look very small. Crohn's Lifter says size difference between Logan and Mike from the back is obvious. Logan just looks way too shallow here, in my opinion. Yeah, Logan does look shallow in the back shots, you know, and because he is, you know, compared to Mike. Now that they have found the formula, now that Logan and Patrick Tor have found the formula when it comes to finding that conditioning factor, now they can look at really bringing that conditioning factor and maybe adding a bit more size, you know, in the right places, like the back in particular. Men's Open is on stage, you guys. Men's Open is on stage. Let's get this on the go. And first up is Derek Lunsford, starting it off with a bang. You guys, we are into the Men's Open. Men's Open is here. We are getting into it. All right, stand by, and I will have some shots very, very shortly. Men's Open is on stage, you guys. How's Derek looking? We want to see that conditioning factor from Derek. We want to see that fullness through the legs. Has he done it? Looks like he does have more separation in the quads, I think, overall. Looks like a pretty good look for Derek so far. I wouldn't say that it's substantially better than the Olympia in particular so far, but it is better. This is better. Side chest. Yo, that side leg is deadly for oh yeah. That side leg is on for Derek. He's playing it out until he gets to the back shots though. That side leg is deep. Man, the separation from the quad to the hamstring, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now, Arnold wants to get this back double bicep. He knows that that's the shot for Derek. Oh, man. Yeah. Yep. Signature shot, locked in. Locked in for Derek Lunsford. No, this is good. Yep, this is good. No, he really needed to bring that fullness, and I think he did. No, he didn't pull a vacuum. Let's see. Most muscular. I don't like that hands-on hip with the one arm out. But he looks good. Let me bring up a couple shots of Derek. Next up. Let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. Here we go. Here we go. I believe next up is Akim Williams. Yep, Akim Williams up next. Check it out. All right, let's see. Akim Williams, really well known for bringing that conditioning factor. Has he brought it to this show? Yes, he has. Yep, he looks very well conditioned. Side leg for Akim. Fantastic. I actually think Derek is a little bit more dug out in the leg from the side. But Akim, I was concerned whether or not Akim was actually going to bring, his best when it comes to the conditioning factor, because he's been in shape for so long. But no, he looks good here. He's kind of rushing through his poses, to be honest. Akim Williams next up. Akim just left the stage. Derek looking kind of square. Agreed that pose was not a good look for him. No wonder he pulls the vacuum. Yeah, he should. Derek does the vacuum very well. I don't know why he wouldn't, honestly. Now, the back double for Derek, though. I mean, Derek nailed it with the back double. Absolutely nailed it. I'll bring you guys back out, too. I'm still waiting for Carlos to come out, man. That's going to be very telling. But yeah, Derek looks good here. This is signature for Derek Lunsford. This dude looks like Nasser. Yeah, Nasser minus 50 pounds and probably a bad attitude. But yeah, I would say so. Let's see. Yeah, like if you guys see this, the abs and thigh for Derek, pull the vacuum, man. Pull the vacuum. In my opinion. Brandon Curry coming up next. Let's see. One of the questions with Brandon Curry was going to be the legs in particular. Let's see. Looks like Brandon is still a little bit slight in the legs. I mean, he's very dry. No, very dry. Good separation. Side leg isn't as dug out as what we saw from, say, Derek and Akim so far. Brandon for third. Man. Third? Want to see what everybody else looks like first? But yeah, yeah, Brandon, it's almost like his skin texture is different at this show. I think this is a good version of Brandon. Actually, the legs do look pretty good. They do look pretty good, but actually, I thought he'd be fuller through the upper body. Andrew Jack coming up next as well, you guys. Andrew Jack coming up. Let me bring up a shot of Brandon, though, so you guys can see. How is Andrew Jack looking? Man, he's massive. He's just a presence, you know? First impressions? You guys think? First impressions, Andrew Jack. Posing with purpose. He's not flowing through his poses like I usually see him do. I'm not seeing the detail of the inner leg for Andrew. But man, he looks good from the side. He looks good from the side. Let's see the back. No, I'm not seeing the conditioning in the hamstrings and glutes from Andrew like we saw even in Texas or the Olympia. He might lock it in a little bit better. Looks slight in the back lat spread. See if he's improved the pose of the side tricep, and I think his side tricep looks a little bit better. I don't know how much posing practice Andrew was actually doing. Never heard anything about him doing posing practice, actually. I know he did a lot when he was working with Psycho Lewis. Yeah, you guys can see there's literally like no detail on the inner legs. The adductors, they're like nothing. Not seen as much. Like Brandon has more detail, I find. That's interesting. Next up is Samson. Samson's coming up next, you guys. Overexposed and zero contrast. Yeah, it does. You're right. It did look like that. Yeah. No, quite strange. All right. Samson. Oh, yeah. Yep. Samson is on. He looks on so far. Front lat spread. Yep. Solid. Very solid. When he locks in those poses, you can see the difference in conditioning, you guys. You can really see the difference in conditioning when he locks in those poses. Back double. Locked in. Yep. Ohio Hottie would still beat this. Maybe. Yep, maybe. That's that'd be an interesting comparison. But no, Samson looks good. Samson looks good. Give you guys a shot of Andrew jacked. Most muscular for Samson, of course. Signature. Yep, signature. Like I said about Andrew jacked and those inner legs, there's nothing, in comparison to the outer quads. Nothing. It's strange because he was supposedly trying to push the conditioning factor, but I don't know. I don't think it translated over as well as they hoped it would. Maybe doing the prep in Dubai was not the best option for Andrew. Man, this lighting is terrible. I don't find the lighting too bad. Shaun Clarida currently on stage. Shaun's looking pretty good. Yep, Shaun's looking pretty good. Let's see that. Let's see if he can control the midsection and the side chest. I would say actually not bad. Yeah, not bad. Shaun is very, very well conditioned. Shaun does, yeah, he does look good. Wow. Bring up a shot of Samson. I don't see the discrepancy in the legs of Shaun as much. I will say that as well. I think this is a good showing for Shaun Clarida. Carlos Thomas Jr. could be the dark horse. Thank you, Black Patron. Thank you. I still think he could be the dark horse if he's in condition. What if he's in better condition than Andrew jacked? Anybody want to have that conversation? What if Carlos Thomas Jr. is in better condition than Andrew jacked? Then what happens? William Bonac currently on stage. To be honest, I think posing looks a little bit awkward for Bonac, in the first couple. In the front shots anyway, side shots, really good separation in the side leg. Oh yeah, yeah, really good side chest. Really good. Yeah, he's got so much size. This is typical of what I would have expected from William Bonac, I think. I think his legs actually look like they overpower his upper body in the back shots. Crazy leg development from the back. Waist looks wide. It does. Yeah, you're right. It does look wide. Yeah. Yeah, the midsection is going to be a problem for William, I think. I mean, this is the Arnold Classic. Aesthetics are heavily rewarded. There's no question there. Next up, Patrick Moore on stage. There were certain expectations set for Patrick, good or bad. He is here, and I saw a couple of decent shots from Patrick, I think, leading up to the show. if they were indeed recent. You can never necessarily tell with Patrick. He's not one of these guys that posts a lot on social media. He's not at all. He's got the smallest waist in the show. He's got the smallest weights in the show, no question. He's running into the same problem as Andrew Jacked, where he really has not much detail in the inner legs and the front shots. I want to show you guys Shaun Clarida before we continue on. Everyone looks pale with this lighting. It's very distracting. Yeah, it kind of is, actually. Maybe there is a difference in the legs with Shaun that I didn't notice at first. But yeah, Patrick is he's still lacking. You know, he is. He's still lacking. That ever since that injury, it just seems like it just hasn't been happening for him. Like I said, smallest waist in bodybuilding on this stage, hands down. Let me show you guys what I mean about Patrick. But I think this is a decent showing for Patrick Moore. You know, decent. Next up is Justin Rodriguez. Justin Rodriguez, looking conditioned coming into the show, working with Justin Jacoby, the same coach as Tony O'Burton currently. It's the unnatural color temperature. Yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah, it is. It's not the worst lighting I've ever seen. It's not the best either. Oh, how's it going, Alan? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you. I always enjoy your comments in all my videos, man. I always do. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all the detail that you put into comments. While you're talking about Patrick, I'm seeing a picture of Shaun whose legs are downsized. Yeah, Shaun is better than what I thought he would be. I'll say that. But for Justin, I think that Justin is probably going to end up doing better than Patrick Moore in this show. Yeah, Justin, I think, is more conditioned than Patrick. Next up is Carlos Thomas Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how he does. This is the wild card. This could change everything. We'll see. He looks confident. Okay. He's hitting his power shots to start. I don't think he's really spending enough time in the front pose for me to really tell. I don't know how much conditioning he really had. Not as dug out as what we saw from, say, Derek or Akim for sure, or Samson. I'd say the back is, yeah, the back still needs work. Yeah, it still needs work. Yep, not the best from Carlos Thomas Jr. Still need to see a lot more detail, a lot more. You can see that he goes through some of the shots that yeah, see, I didn't put up a shot of Carlos. I was just as I see them, I grab my screenshots and then I upload them. So now I'll bring up my shots of Carlos. And James Hollingshead currently on stage as well. Now, James is one that I was really looking forward to seeing. I think James looks pretty good here. Good conditioning in the legs. Yep, pretty good. Oh, I really like James, man. Just as a person, I really like James. I was talking to him about getting him on the podcast pretty soon, actually. So you can see it's decent for Carlos, but it's not great. Really good side tricep for James. Solid. One of the best I've seen yet, actually. A little bit wide of a stance, I think. I'd like to see him kind of bring his legs together. Yeah, James is locking in those shots. If it was most muscular competition, then Carlos would win. Yeah, it's not a personality contest. You're right. You're right. It's a bodybuilding competition. In bodybuilding standards, James is bringing good conditioning. I think that he's bringing a good amount of, especially through the upper body and the side shots, good side leg, pretty good detail in the quads. I'll say, you know, we're seeing a lot of vascularity. Probably the best that we saw from James to date. You know, this is probably his best. Patrick never grew a set of quads and calves. No, Patrick never did. No. All right. Final competitor for the individuals. I got to bring up that side tricep for James, man. Is Samson off? No, Samson's not off at all. No, no. Samson's on. No, Samson is on for sure. Here, check this out. All right, so we are getting everybody back on stage for comparisons. Look at that. That, like, nobody can deny that side tricep for James is pretty damn good. All right, so in this lineup, we have Derek, Akim. I don't remember what this new guy's name is. Then we have Brandon, Andrew, and Samson. Derek looks really good. I got to give Derek a lot of props here, man. Yeah, Derek does look better in a lineup. Yeah, he does. Way better. Look at that side leg. Man, that side leg for Derek is really good. He takes this back relaxed. Derek does look better in a lineup, doesn't he? Derek wins the back double bicep, hands down. It's funny you don't care about the rest and they have Samson and Derek the furthest away from each other. That's funny. Andrew looks good in the front relaxed too. Derek's still riding that horse though, man. Oh, I hate that. I wish you would give that up. Okay, next up. Samson's small waist looked wide. That's interesting. That's interesting to say. Let me bring up a couple of those shots. I'll bring up the front double. I want to get this front double as well. In a lineup, I don't know. I don't know about the second call out in particular. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can really see the difference in the back double. You know, for Carlos in particular. I didn't get Derek. Shit. I messed that one up. Oh well. Yeah, let's get the back double. You guys can see the big difference there. All right, they're bringing everybody back out. You guys can definitely see the difference. Okay, first call out. Here we go. First call out. Derek, Akim, Brandon, Andrew, Samson, and William. So a 6-man call out to start. Shaun's top 5. They didn't bring Shaun out for the first call out. Yeah, it's hard to care about the rest of the lineup when these two are heads and tails above. Yeah, and look, they'll move everybody around. They'll put them in the center, and we'll see what we want to see. I think Andrew's gained some size. I think I would give him that. Yep, Shaun didn't make first call out. Okay. Brandon and Akim are switching. Well, you know what? Derek Lunsford wanted redemption. And ladies and gentlemen, Derek Lunsford is getting redemption at this Arnold Classic. No question. Front double. I'd give it to Derek. I would give the front double to Derek. Front lat spread. It's a little bit of a harder call. I'd say Samson. Side chest. Derek's leg is dug out, man. I'd give it to Derek. His leg is dug out hard. Wow. Back double. Derek. Way sharper, man. Back double goes to Derek. Back lat spread is probably going to go to Derek too. Side tricep. Yeah, Derek is getting better. You're right. He is. That side leg is incredible. I'd give it to Derek. Abs and thigh. Tough one. That one's tough to call. Most muscular. Man, this is tough. The side shots on screen. Yeah, I'm going to. Yes. Yes, absolutely I am. Yes. So Shaun Clarida out of the first call out. Okay, let me just get the proper shots. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We'll bring up the side shot first so you guys can see what I was, we can go back and look at what we saw. Here we go. James in the middle of the second callout with Shaun Clarida. Justin Rodriguez to the outside. So look, that's what we're talking about right there, you guys. That's what we're talking about right there. Look at that side leg. Sick. Absolutely sick. But the upper body, Samson is very good. You know, so Samson is very good. So is Brandon, really. Oh, man, really good. Clarida in the lead for second callout. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Brandon does look good here. Yep, I agree. I think Brandon does look good. Let's see. Back double. We'll look at the back double. As you can see, not much of a competition for the back double. I think Derek takes it easily. Now, second callout, just finishing up. We're going to see another callout here, I think, you guys, of probably the top two. And make no mistake, Derek Lunsford is pushing for the win right now. Make no mistake. Okay, we got another callout with Derek, Brandon, Andrew, and Samson. Your presumed top four. Very good. Again, I want to see it. Another shot here of the side leg. Derek looks sick, man. Okay. Front double. You think open guys are still focusing way too much on fullness? I feel like very few people come in shape these days. Well, I think that we're seeing decent conditioning right now. The emphasis is definitely on fullness, but you know, when you look at Derek really bringing that conditioning and the fullness at this point, and Brandon for that matter, I don't know, you guys. This is a lot closer than I think people thought it would be. A lot closer. Back double. Derek wins that back double. Back lat spread. What's going on with Andrew? Andrew did not come in as well as he could have, in my opinion. I think that he is fading a bit, actually. Andrew seems to suck down too much. This side leg for Derek, it is the best. Yeah, Samson does need more oil. Samson, he looks very, very, you know, it's making him look washed out. Wow. Derek Lunsford, ladies and gentlemen, making a huge comeback here. Huge. Huge comeback. Wow. Yeah, and you know, Derek is surprising a lot of people right now. A lot. Does Andrew beat Andrew Jacked here? Or does Brandon beat Andrew Jacked? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Bring up some shots of the top 4. Derek with another back double coming up here, and it is just ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Yeah, Andrew's not getting any better. Everybody else seems to be getting just a little bit better. Let's see. Side tricep for Derek is awesome. Derek is getting better as time goes on. Most muscular. Yeah, Brandon's conditioning from the back is much better than Andrew. It's true. Yep. All right. That's your presumed top 4. Akim, Shaun, William, and James Hollingshead. The next call out. What do you guys think? I want to bring you guys into this too. Give me a second. Let's see what I can do. Even this out a little bit. Yeah, it's a little better. Okay. It's a weird show. I'd have Brandon beating Derek, but Samson beating Brandon and Derek beating Samson. When you say it like that, yeah, it does sound weird, doesn't it? Alan, I think Samson kills Derek from the side, and Samson's quad is much bigger than Derek's front and side. You think Samson beats Derek from the side? Really? Look at the separation. Look at the separation, and even the striations in the far pec for Derek. I respect your opinion, sir, but I'll have to wholeheartedly disagree with that. Yeah, Black Patron, I'm more with you right now, man. Yeah, Derek is definitely better than the Olympia. Let's check another shot. Let's look at another one. Okay, this is one shot. Let's keep going. Let's run through it. All right. Let's run through it. Back double. Back double. Not much of a question. Really, really well done for Derek Lunsford. I was completely wrong. Completely wrong. Wow. Wow. This is Derek's shot. Yeah, Nick Strength and Power is one of the commentators. Yeah, I put in my name to be one of the commentators, but they said that I was too expensive, so they didn't end up taking me on. Who would have thought? I told them what I charged for my dive team per hour, and they said that there's no way they could afford that. So, joking, you guys, joking. Derek's legs from the front are still teeny weeny, although better shape. Yeah, I don't think they're small from the front. I don't. I think Samson is way bigger and similarly separated as Derek from the side. I think people missed the forest for the trees. I know what you mean, Benji. I know what you mean. But I just think that even given the fact that, you could say that some of it is due to Samson, not having enough oil. Okay. Well, he still showed up on stage with a flaw, because essentially that is a flaw. If you're going to show up on stage and not have everything in place, including oil, then you can suffer for it. Andrew Jack looks like he's going through the exact same thing as Samson right now. Look at the lack of oil. It makes them look less conditioned. There's no question. Look at Derek, on the other hand. Derek, unbelievable, from the back. Well, I shouldn't say unbelievable. It's what we have come to expect from Derek. It's what we've come to expect. And I think that's fair to say. I never thought I'd see when James wins an abs and thigh. I think James is I think his quads look really good. I think his quads look really good. So next up, we have a 3-man call-out consisting of Samson, Derek, and Andrew. Now, this was close to what my top 3 was going to be. I did have Derek in 4th, but I had Samson and Andrew in my top 3. Look, I realize I went on a huge limb putting Carlos in top 3, but if he had showed up in condition here, then I think he would have pushed these guys. Oh, Andrew, you got to flex those quads, dude. I don't know if you guys just caught that, but Andrew's quads, he just kind of left them just not flexed. They looked awful. Big Steve has said it many, many times. If you're going to be on that stage, you have to assume you're being judged the entire time. And he just let that go massively. They looked like there was zero separation. You can't do that. They have Andrew Jack in the center of this call-out. That's interesting. 3-man call-out. The first thing they do is they put Andrew in the center. That tells me that they are going to work these guys in this call-out. Yeah, Phil Heath made some comments about these guys, standing an even distance away from each other. And I agree with that, actually. If they have boxes on the stage, they should be sticking to them. Samson's hitting the front tricep. Tyler Mannion's sitting right there. Tyler Mannion, 2023 Texas Pro, came out and said, no more front triceps. Samson shouldn't do that. Samson shouldn't be doing that, man. All right, favorite, most muscular. Derek and Andrew switch. Andrew's letting that stomach hang out too, man. What are you doing, Andrew? This is not what I was expecting from Andrew Jack. Phil Heath saying that Samson might be fading a little bit. Wow. Yeah, Andrew's not opening up in that side chest. I don't know. That just can't get away from that side leg for Derek. It's unreal. Yes, sir. Back double goes to Derek. Back lat spread. Back lat spread goes to Derek. Absolutely, it goes to Derek. Now, the abs and thigh was one for Derek that I wasn't exactly sure of. but it's actually like it's not terrible, really. Like Derek is really putting the emphasis on the quads, and they just look better. Yeah, they got to do another round. Yep, they got to do another round. Come on, Samson and Derek switching it up. Samson has to bring it here, or he's in trouble. Looks like Derek is starting to sweat maybe a little bit. I'm not sure. Guys, let me know what you think. Yeah, they're moving through the poses a little quicker this time. Nah, Derek is still... Man, that side leg is incredible. Incredible. Shit. Wow. Phil glazing Samson hard. Yeah, he is. Well, Phil holds Samson a high expectation. You know, he's the current Mr. Olympia. And he is showing a few flaws here. Yeah, Samson's got to keep watching that abs and thigh. Andrew's really got to control that midsection. He's not doing it. I mean, this is a guy that's famed to have the best midsection in the IFBB. All right, most muscular coming up. Last pose. I'm getting a most muscular shot right now. Wow. You guys. Who would have thought it would be this close of a show? Let me bring up some of these top 3 comparisons for you guys. Let us look at some of these 3-man poses. Unbelievable. Let's see. I've got the ones with Derek in the center, Andrew in the center. I was disappointed with Andrew jacked, to be honest. Good show, thanks to Derek. Oh, man. I love your honesty, bro. I do. I appreciate it very much. Let's take a look at some of these 3rd-man callout. Final callouts. Somebody wanted to see a most muscular, so you know what? I will start with just that. Wait for my list to populate a little bit. And I will go with the most muscular. See, it's always hard to capture those because these guys always jump around so much. They hit like 2 or 3 different most musculars. But I think I got one. And if not, then I'll just bring up a couple. Let's see. Let's see how this one is. Everybody rags Nick Walker for having no quad sweep, but look at Derek's complete lack of sweep on his quads. Yeah, this one's not great. Let me see about another one. Well, Derek Lunsford, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like Samson is looking a bit soft. Yeah, Samson's lacking oil, I think, was one thing with Samson right now. Yeah, he did. He lacked a lot of oil, I think. Dave Palumbo going to absolutely blast Andrew Jack for having his tongue out 80% of his poses. Yeah, that's uncharacteristic for Andrew as well. typically Andrew is one of these guys that really flows through his poses, you know, very creatively, very intently. Um, didn't see that from Andrew this time. There was a point where he was not flexing, like no flex in his quads whatsoever, when he was standing in the center of a three-man callout, you know, very uncharacteristic. Um, the stomach, Andrew let the stomach hang out a good number of times. I did not expect that either. You guys, I'm very surprised that Andrew jacked on this one. Very surprised. I think this is probably his worst showing since the 2022 Mr. Olympia. Honestly, I think this is probably his worst. Unbelievable. Oh, his side, Andrew's side tricep is always not great, but let's take a look at it. Because I wasn't very impressed either. Get you guys off the screen for just a second. And the tongue thing is very distracting. There's no getting around it. It is very distracting. Not distracting, but it's just it doesn't add anything positive to the pose. There's no positive addition by doing that, you know? Like, who are you, Boston Lloyd? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. But for what the pose is, again, yeah, Andrew's just not hitting it as well as he used to. You know, his outer arm closest to us, usually he has his hand closer to the judges. It's not fully extended. So he's not fully engaging his tricep. He should be rolling that shoulder back more, leaning back more, sucking in the stomach. This is poor posing execution. You know, look over at Derek, you know. You can see the midsection is very small. The arm is pulled down straight, as it is with Samson. Not only is it pulled down straight, but he is holding it at the proper angle outward. The side leg, very good, especially when it comes to standing upright and having that entire plane from top to bottom. Derek nailed the execution of this pose. Nailed it. Samson is good in this pose, you know, he is good. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way that Samson's doing it. I just think that Derek is better. I think it's because Derek might be twisted out a little bit more. You see Derek's far shoulder, you can see a little bit more of that far shoulder and pec, and I think that makes him look wider, especially when he brings in the midsection. Maybe Samson could have pulled in the midsection a little bit more, although Samson does have the deeper cut abs. Overall, Derek, I think, takes this pose. I think so. Look at a couple of comments from you guys as well before we move on to another pose. The halfway extension of the arm, I don't understand it either. I don't get it. The tongue has to go. Stop whining. Complain about any. Bro, if you've been following my channel for any amount of time, you know that I am a huge Andrew Jacked fan. You know, I had Andrew in second going into this show. Absolutely. I think that Andrew, what is there to be disappointed about? He came in conditioned. Well, like I said, keep up. He wasn't flexing his legs when he was in the first three-man callout standing in the center. Big Steve has said so many times I've lost count. You need to assume that the judges are always judging you when you're on that stage. He looked like he had no legs. There no detail in his legs. His posing execution was not great here either, you know, and he wasn't conditioned. From the back, Andrew was not conditioned. You know, there was no detail in the lower body, especially. We saw more at the Texas Pro. The inner legs, I didn't see any detail there either. I see Dylan from Project Bodybuilding sending me messages, probably trying to rub something else in my face when his stream wouldn't even work. Dylan? Oh, there you are. Hi. Dylan? We got to do a podcast, Dylan, okay? Me and you. Not right now. Anyway, that's my thing about Andrew. The big thing here is the surprising improvements from Derek. Yeah, I'm not saying Andrew didn't have a good showing. You know, he's good enough for third, which is still fantastic, but I've definitely seen him better in more areas than just one. Dylan, don't want to hear your shit right now. Anyway, let's look at another pose, shall we? Let's look at a pose with, say, Derek in the center. Front double. Front double. Look, again with the tongue with Andrew, man. Like, I just don't get it. Yeah, I don't get where that came from. And this is a power shot for Andrew Jack, you know? This is not the finals for Open. No, this is the prejudging for Open. This is the prejudging. So, again, Derek Lunsford. A lot of detail in the quads. Good midsection. Those lumps in the lats are gone that I can see. I don't see them. I think Derek actually has a little bit more separation in the arms than what we're typically used to seeing. Not as good as Andrew Jack. He has the best separation in the arms. Even Samson here, I think, has done better. You know, when it comes to arm separation. So I would give this shot to Derek. I would probably give it to Derek. Although I think Andrew is better in the upper body, the lower body is no comparison. There's no comparison. Samson's legs are dwarfing Derek's in the front. I don't know if that's necessarily true. I think more sweep. I will say that Samson does have more quad sweep. But when it comes to, you know, top to bottom, I think Derek is hitting it here. Let's go to another pose. Let's go to another pose. And I appreciate all you guys being here on EP09 Bodybuilding. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream. I will be going live again tomorrow for the finals. And you guys, that is going to be a battle. I'll probably get a video out tomorrow morning as well with some of the higher quality footage. You know, let's go to a front lat spread. I think this is a better shot for Derek, for Andrew, I should say. Yeah, I'm reading comments and trying to analyze pictures at the same time. Pick one or the other. I think that the front lat spread for Andrew is good. He might have his shoulders raised up a little bit more than he usually does. I'm not 100% sure on that, but good pose, I think. Good pose. You can see where Derek has his shoulders dropped just a little bit, and you can see more of the traps. The traps look like they're kind of popping a bit more, which it all plays a part. It all makes a difference. Quads, I would give Samson the quads, but the lats are definitely popping more for Derek in the front. Looks like better separation from shoulder to arms for Derek. We needed to see more chest striations, and I think we are seeing that from Derek, you know, to a decent degree. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who would you give this shot to? Who takes this shot? Samson needs to get that gyno removed for the Olympia. I agree. Who do you guys have winning this shot? We'll move on to the next one here shortly. Black Patron, I saw what you said. Where was it? As much as people complain about Derek's arms lacking detail, Samson's arms look even softer. And actually, in that front double bicep, you're right, they did. Andrew has more size and condition than Dauda and Derek. I would disagree with that, especially from the back. Yep. Couple people for Derek, couple people for Samson. Saw one for Andrew. All three look good, not too far away. Yeah, you know, I think you're right. I think all three of them do look good here. I should put up another poll because I don't think this one's as accurate anymore. I'm gonna end that one. Final result of the poll: 65% for Samson. I think that would probably change at this point, to be honest. In fact, let's just check. Just for who's here. New poll going up, you guys. See what you guys think. Derek is giving Samson a good fight. He absolutely is. Let's move on to the next pose. And the side shots were very, very surprising for me. Let me tell you, very surprising. We'll stick with Derek in the center. Side chest. Phil Heath was complaining about the way that Andrew Jack was actually hitting this pose. He thinks that Andrew's kind of crouching a little bit. You know, you guys remember Pumping Iron, where Arnold said a small guy would hide away, kind of thing. It looks like Andrew's kind of doing that. I would agree. The detail in the side leg, again, broken record, I know, but insane side leg for Derek Lunsford. Insanity. Nailed it. Not even comparable to the other two. Not even comparable. I would give that. Now, when it comes to the upper body, I would give it to Samson. Samson has the bigger arm. He has way more sweep to the tricep. Way more. You know, the arm to shoulder ratio looks way better for Samson. And I'm talking way better. Fuller, rounder chest, I would say. And he's, you can see the separation from the hamstring to the quad. But I don't know. There's more separation in the upper body for Derek. So what way do you go? What way do you really go here? I'm leaning toward Derek. I would lean toward Derek taking this shot, and then Samson, and then Andrew. That's the way I think I would go with it. Keep Up says, people made us believe Samson is unbeatable, but standing next to other guys, he doesn't stand out. Not when you've got a guy like Derek that is so on. Maxime Laferriere, I can speak French a little bit better. Maxime Laferriere, the stomach of Samson looks not in control. I agree. How does Derek win this? Well, with the detail in the side leg, especially. But like I said, through the upper body, I would give it to Samson. But overall, for the pose, I'd probably go with Derek. I know the arm is much smaller. I get that. I do. But it's just a conditioning factor, man. You could go marginal. You could go marginal on that. Let's go to the next pose. Let's go to the next pose. Rich Piana had bigger arms. Rich Piana had something in his arms. Rest in peace, Rich. One of my favorites. I was a big fan of Rich Piana. Okay. Back double. Any question? Anybody want to say anything but Derek winning this shot? I'm interested to hear. As this goes on and on, Samson is fading and actually Andrew is getting better. I'd probably have to look a little closer. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Rich was cool. Bigger doesn't mean much. You're right about that. Yeah. Not always. I mean, it is a muscle contest, you know, at the end of the day. But Derek is not lacking in muscle. One could argue as well. So Baby Arms does have a nice back. I'll give him that. Well, you got to give him that because he's got probably the best back double bicep in the IFBB right now. He's probably got the best one. Derek is so complete in the back double. There's nothing missing. Nothing. Maybe bigger arms, but he gets away with it. I think Andrew's lacking detail overall in this shot, and part of that could be oil, just like Samson. But I just think that there's a lack of detail with Andrew. You know, in the lower body especially. Upper body, good silhouette. You know, no question there. But you look at Samson, and actually for Samson, the conditioning in the lower body is actually pretty good. Typically, Samson shows up with subpar conditioning, especially in the lower body. He's not one to have striated glutes. So I think for Samson, this is good. Good detail in the upper body as well. But Derek takes the pose. Carlos disappointed, too much hype before the show and did not deliver. Absolutely. Absolutely. Samson is as soft as Andrew from the glutes down. I would actually probably say Samson's a little bit harder. You know, a little bit. Samson arms suck in the rear and front double. Yeah. I think that, you know, Samson trains his arms hard too. You know, I'm surprised that they look as small as they do in the front and back double. The side shots, they look massive. You know, they look absolutely massive in the side shots. So yeah, that's surprising. But back double, Derek Lunsford all day. Back lat spread. Let's take a look. Did I get a back lat spread? Now I'll have to do one with Samson in the middle. Is Arnold not interviewing the winners this year? He skipped the female winners so far. I'm not sure, actually. I don't know. No, that I don't know. I wonder how Nick would have placed. Now, that's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know how Nick would have done in this lineup. That's an interesting thought. I'd like to think about that. Andrew lacks flow from the back. His upper body and lower body look like they belong to two different people. Yeah, they kind of do. Yeah. Not in the back lat spread, though. I don't think that's the case in the back lat spread. I actually think that in the back lat spread, he looks more proportional. Derek looks like a tank. Yeah, he does. Yeah. Derek looks really good in this shot. Samson's lower body and the rear double bicep is much better than Derek. Derek's upper body kills Samson from behind, but he needs a lot more size on his legs. Yep, Derek does need more size on his legs, but they are shredded. shredded, and they're proportionate to his upper body. Derek needs more size overall, but Derek is nailing it in conditioning and posing execution, overall presentation. It, Derek is, and I mean, look at the difference in the striations of the glutes and hamstrings. There's no comparison. Bring up a next shot. Side tricep. Yeah, Derek is balanced. Yeah, he is. I'd say Andrew looks better in this one. I would say he looks better. But still not enough. Better detail on the side leg too, I think, for Andrew in this particular round of posing for the side tricep. Samson, I think, was better in this one than when he was in the center versus Derek. But again, the side leg comparison, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'd give it to Derek. With the new poll that's currently up, you guys, 47 votes and 57% now for Derek. So there you go. Andrew was needing more oil. Samson was too. Yeah, Samson was too. Give Derek a year or two to bring his leg size up, and he will be tough to beat. He's pretty young yet. Yeah, he is. He's like 31, I think. He is still young. Yep. If Samson brought his Olympia package, I think he would have been more competitive. Probably. Yep, I would probably agree with that. Samson out muscles Derek. He looks tiny. Samson is much bigger, and that was going to be a problem for Derek going into this show. So side tricep, abs and thigh. For Andrew Jack having really what's considered, I think, the best abs and thigh in bodybuilding, maybe of all time, I have a hard time with that right now. I don't think that Derek is particularly good in the abs and thigh either. I never did. I don't think that Samson is particularly good in the abs and thigh either. I never did. Samson, I think, is probably the worst in this shot, I think. Oh, the awards happening right now for Classic? Thought the show was over. Okay, we do have the awards actually for the Classic Physique. Very good. I'll give you guys a quick update on that as well. But yeah, Matt Grego takes third place. Very good. Wesley takes fifth. Michael DeBull takes fourth. Really? Okay. Yeah, Samson, this is not Samson's best shot. No question there. Not his best shot. Now, the most muscular. Again, it was hard to get a good one. This is probably the best one. Second place, Logan Franklin in Classic, you guys. Logan Franklin takes second place in the Classic Physique division, which means, as expected, Mike Sommerfeld takes home the win in Classic Physique. Logan Franklin with the unexpected second place. Well, I think Logan should be very, very happy with that. I certainly would. Yeah, I certainly would be. Good for him. Yeah, he can continue to improve. That's good. Good for him. I'd like to see him back on the Olympia stage. Yeah, Logan deserves it. He does. He showed up fantastic. Just he needs more size. And then you know, he might be able to do something a little bit better. But second place at the Arnold, that's his best to date. No question. Bill had Shaun ahead of Andrew, tells you all you need to know about how he perceives Andrew. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Yep. That's a good point. But overall, you guys, if I had to call it, I mean, if we really run through the shots of if we really run through the shots of who is who's going to be taking home, you know, the win after prejudging, I mean, run through the shots again. Front double, probably Derek. Front lat spread, I don't know. Derek was pretty good in that too. I don't know. You know, I would give Derek the side chest, even though Samson is bigger, thicker, fuller through the upper body. I just think that the side leg of Derek is just deadly. You know, back poses, Derek, I think, wins both of them. Side tricep, I'd probably give to Derek as well. Abs and thigh, I don't know. I mean, he'd give Andrew the abs and thigh. You know, I'd be okay with that. But most muscular, probably Derek. I've got Derek ahead after prejudging. I think Derek may have won every pose but the abs and thigh. Maybe. Yeah, there's an argument for that. Nobody would have thought. Nobody would have thought that. Again, congrats to Mike Sommerfeld taking home the winning classic. Well deserved, of course. Again, Classic Physique, we had Mike Sommerfeld in first, a surprising Logan Franklin in second place. Third place went to Matt Grego, his best placing to date. We had Michael DeBull in fourth, and Wesley Vissers, unfortunately, falling to fifth place. I think Wesley is going to be counted out of a lot of predictions moving forward. And Detroit, well, we'll see what the lineup is. We'll see what the lineup is. Yeah, it doesn't look like Arnold is doing the interview for Classic either. Typically, Arnold is the one that comes up and asks questions. It's David Bay speaking to him right now. That's interesting. Okay, Derek has it in the bag as of right now. You know, guys, it was a really good prejudging, though. You know, this made it very exciting. These unexpected portions are what bodybuilding's are. You know, it's what bodybuilding's all about. What bodybuilding's all about. I mean, look, I had Derek in fourth, and I am ecstatic. I'm excited that he came out and might actually win the show. You know, the upsets are what make bodybuilding exciting. Really makes it exciting. Davey Mize in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I know I spoke about it earlier. Davey Mize, the owner of Bayou Muscle. Go to bayoumuscle.com. Use code EP10 at checkout. Really good supplement company. Really good guy. Trust me, these are supplements that I use myself all the time. They're fantastic. As for what happened, well, Derek pulled off a huge upset and is winning after prejudging quite handedly. I'll say as well, quite handedly. So this was, like I said, guys, a really good show. You know, after prejudging, I don't think anybody expected, you know, any of this to really take place. I was very impressed. Very impressed. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'm going to wrap this up in a couple of minutes here. I will be back tomorrow for finals, and I think it's going to be a very exciting finals as well. So final thoughts. Final thoughts. I'm here. You know, I'm here. You guys let me know what you guys think. Alan BLX says, what I don't understand is why Andrew is in this top 3 and not Brandon. Yeah, I think there's a lot more analysis to take place, and I think that we'll do more tomorrow. I'm going to look at this again and consider what I might think. Jesse Chase, you're very welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, and like I said, I will be back here for finals, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. How did James look? James looked good. James looked good. James might be in sixth or seventh, actually. Probably seventh. Yeah, the only person that really nailed it in the lineup was Derek. Rest of it was so-so. I tend to agree. Nobody else stood out like Derek did. Yeah, nobody stood out like Derek did. Derek nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I love how Andrew's in the sidelines. Like he knows this between him and Derek. Yeah, I agree. It's all good, Davey. There's going to be a ton of recaps out there. I'll see what tomorrow might bring. I'm going to take a look around the field on what updates might look like before we get into the show later that day. But excellent show. You know, did not disappoint. This was a fantastic prejudging. Fantastic. All right, well, I'm going to call it right here, you guys. Again, I really appreciate everybody tuning in. If you guys are new here, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We will be back tomorrow for finals, and we'll do it all again. Again, appreciate all you guys being here. Really enjoyed getting back to doing these live streams. It was you know, it was quite a while where we weren't able to do them. Really, no shows were happening. So definitely happy to reconnect with some of you guys. Again, thank you very much for being here. And tomorrow we'll do it all again. And again, thank you guys for being here. And I will catch you guys in the next one.